J.K. Rowling, benefit of failure. President was member of the Harvard Corporation and the Board of Conference. Member of the faculty, parent and about our graduates. The first thing I would like to say is thank you. Not only has Harvard given me an extraordinary honor, but the week of fear and nausea I have endured at the thought of giving this community sermon address have made me lose weight. I win-win situation. Now all I have to do is take deep breath, question at the right banner and convince myself. Then I am at the World Language Gryffindor reunion. Delivering at common semen address is great responsibility. Also, I talk until I cast my mind back to my one gradation. The commencement speaker that day was the distinguished British philosopher Bernice Mary Warnock. Reflecting on her speech has helped me enormously in writing this one, because it's throughout then I cannot remember a single word she said. This deliberate writing discovery enables me to prose without any fear that I may inadvertently influence you to a bounce from missing career in business. The law or politics for the giddy delicts become a gay word. You see, if all you remember in years to come is the Gabriel jokes. I came up ahead of Bernice Mary Warnock, affably a goal. The first step to self-improvement. Actually, I have worked my mind and heart for what I ought to say to you today. I have asked myself why I wish I had now at my one graduation, and what important lesson I have learned in the 21 years that have experienced between that day and this. I have come up with two answers. What is the wonderful day when we are great together to celebrate your academic success? I have these days to talk to you about the benefit of folklore. And as you stand on the threshold, what is something called real life? I want to extol the crucial importance of imagination. This may seem quixotic and paradoxical twist, but please bear with me. Looking back at the 21 years old, then I was a graduation is exactly enforceable experience for the 42 years old, and that has become half my lifetime ago. I was striking my unseen balance between the ambition I have more for myself and what you close to me expect of me. I was convinced that the only thing I want to do ever was to write novel. However, my parents both of whom come from important background, and neither of whom had been to college, took the view that my overtake imagination was a amusing personal quirk that would never pay at mortgage or security a pension. I know that the irony strike with the thought of a curtain until now. So the help that I would take a vocation degree. I want to study English literature and conference was scared that in introspects inside nobody, and I went up to study modern language. Hardly my parent covered the corner at the end of the road, then I did German and scurried off down the classic corridor. I cannot remember telling my parents then I was studying classic. They may will have found out for the first time one graduation day. Of all the subjects on this planet, I think they would have been hard, but to name one less useful than Greek mythology when it comes the security decay to our executive bedroom. I would like to make it clear, it's parenthesis, that I do not blame my parents for their fond of you. Their inexperience of being your parent for streaming you in the wrong direction. The woman you are was enough to take the wheel. Responsibility lies with you. What is more, I cannot criticize my parents for hoping that I would never exercise for poverty. They have been poor times selfish, and I have since been poor, and I quick agree with them that is not an enabling experience. Poverty entails fear and stress and something depression. It means a thousand petty humiliation and hardship. Climbing out of poverty by your thought, one effort that is in that something one with to pride yourself. But poverty itself is romanticized only by food. What is for most for myself and your ex what was no poverty but failures. And your eggs in speed in this tech lack of motivation of university where I had spent for too long in the coffee bar writing story and far too little time at lecture. I had a now for passing imagination and then for years had been the measure of success in my life and that of my peers. I'm not that enough to spot that because you are young, gifted, and educated, you have never known hardship or heartbreak. Talent and intellect never yet in no class anyone against the caprice of the fetish. And I do not for a moment support though everyone here has enjoyed an existence of one reflex, privilege, and contentment. However, the fact that you are graduating from Harvard suggests that you are not very well experienced with failure. You may be driven by a fear of failure quite as much as discouraged for success. I need your conception for failure may not to be far from the average person idea of success. So hey, if you are ready from ultimately we are have to decide for yourself what conscience prefer. But the world is quite eager to give you a set of criteria if you let it. So I think it's fair to say goodbye and conversation measure. I'm mere 7 years after my graduation day. I have felt one epic set and exceptionally short-lived marriage and imploded, and I was jobless and lost buried and exploring us in it possible to be in modern Britain without being homeless. The first that my parents had hand for me and that I had for myself had both come to pass, and by every actual star I was the biggest failure I knew. Now I'm not going to stand here and tell you that failure is fun. That brain of my life was a dark one. And I had no idea that tree was going to be what the price had signed represented as a kind of Valentine resolution. I had no idea then how far the tunnel extended, and for a long time, and like and 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 like at the end of it was a hope rather than a reality. So why do I talk about the benefit of failure? Simple because failures mean I was straying away of the essential. I stopped writing to myself that I was anything other than what I was, and began to direct all my energy to finish the only work the narrative to me. Had I really succeeded at anything else, I may never have found the determination to success in the one area I believe it true belong. I was set free because my great fear had been released and I was still alive. And I still had a dagger one and wrote, and I had an third deeper written and a big idea. And so rock became to solid foundation and which I rebuilt myself. You may never find one the scale I did, but some fear in life invertible. It is impossible to live without feeling at something unless you live so constantly that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail much different. Faculty gave me an inner security that I had unchecked my facing examination. Fair thoughts me think about myself that I could have heard no other way. I discovered that I had a strong will and more discipline than I had suspected. I also found I had friends who was true about the friend of Ruby. They knowledge that you have emerged without the strong prospect means that you are ever after secure in your ability to surface. You will never truly know yourself or the strength of your receptionist until both have been tested by Alfred so knowledge is true a gift, for at that is pointfully one, and it has been worth more than any qualification ever earned. So given a time turner, I would tell to 21 years old, except the person happiness lead is knowing that life is not a checklist of a question of achievements. You could verification your CV are not your life talk. You will meet many people of my age and older one confess that too. Life is the first and complicated and beyond anyone total control and the humility to know that will enable you surface it this. Now you may think that I chose my second theme, the importance of imagination because of the part in playing in revealing myself. But that is not worth so I personally will defend the value of bedtime story to my last game. I have learned to follow imagination in Asmus Brothers Sensi. Imagination is not only the queenly human capacity to envision that which is not, that for the font of our imagination and innovation. It is a great most transformation and relevant capacity. It is a power that enables us to empathize with human what experts we have never said. One the greatest formative experience of my life read Harry Potter taught and informed much of what I subsequently wrote in this book. This revelation came in the form of one of my earliest day jobs. Thought I was looping off the right story during my last heart. I paid the rent in Mary 20 2020 by working in the African Research Department and Amnesty International headquarters in London. 3. In my little office, I read hastily, describing later mostly out of the totalitarian regime by men and women who were risking inspiration to inform the outside world of what was happening to them. I saw photographs of Jews who had discovered without track. See to Amnesty Better disparate family and friends. I read the testimony of 30, 50 and saw picture of their juniors. I openly have written, yes, written account of some retreat and execution, of killing, rapes, and rape. Many of convicts were ex-political prisoners, people who had been displaced from their homes. All fled into exile because they had the temerity to speak against their government's failure to our office include those who had come to give information or to try and find out what had happened to Jews they had left behind. I shall never forget the African torture victim, a young man and no older than I was at the time, who had become mentally ill after I had entered in his hamlet. In trouble incontrovertibly as he spoke into a video camera about the brutality in practice. Upon him, he was a far terror than I was, and same as freak as a challenge. I was given the job of secretly him back to underground station afterward. And this man would leave had been struck by cruelty, shocked by head with exquisite courtesy and with me further happiness. And as long as we live a small remember walking along emptying working and story hearing from behind a closed door. A scream of pain and horror cause I have never heard anything. The door opened, and the wretched pocket are here head and told me to run and make a hot drink for the young man sitting with her. She had just had to give him the news that in retaliation for his one outspokenness against his country, Regan, his mother had been sad and exhausted. Every day of my working with in my early 20, I was reminded how scarcely for that I was to live in country with a democratically elected government where legal representation and a public trial were the right of everyone. Every day of my working week in my early 20s, I was remember how incredibly fortunate I was to live in country with a democratic government where legal representation and public trial were the right of everyone. Every day I saw more defined about the evil human beings will inflict of one their fellow human to gain or maintain power. I began to have nightmares, literal nightmares, about some of the things I saw, heard, and read. And I also read more about human goodness and Amnesty International than I had ever known before. Amnesty publishes thousands of people who have never been taught or inspired for their belief to act on behalf of just you have The power of human empathy, leading to extra action, save life and pre-present. Ordinary people whose personal well-being and security are extra joined together in number to save people that do you know and will never meet. My small participation is the process was one the most humbling and inspiring experience of my life. One like any other current on this planet, human can learn and understand without having experienced the scanty times or into other people's place. Of course, in the power, like my brand of victually magic, that is more natural. One might also such an ability to manipulate or control just almost as to understand or passive, and many prefer not to exercise the imagination at all. They could remain comfortable within the bond of terror. One experience never proving to wonder how it would feel to have been born other than they are. They can refer to your strength. You are mere exit can. They can close their mind and hear to any suffering that does not sound. Then possibility they can refer to now. I make the time to envy people who can live that way, except that I do not think they have any fewer nightmare than I do, cause to live in narrow space leads to a form of mental agoraphobia, and the brain is for terror. I think the feel fully imaginative sea monster. They are often more afraid. What is more, would choose not the empathic enable monster. For without ever communicating and right even ourselves, we can with it. Struck or one epic. One of the many things I read at the end of that classic corridor done with I first and the X of 19. In search of something I could not that define, I was this, written by the great author Plotter. What we cast in red will can order reality. What is a crying statement and yet press 1,000 times every day of your life. Experience in part one is in connection with the outside world. The effect that without other people live simple by accenting. But how much more are you? Harvard graduates of 2008 likely to thoughts or other people life your intellect, say your capacity for hard work, the education you have earned and referred give you a unique status and unique responsibility. Even your nationality set or your apart, the great majority of you belong to the world only remaining superpower, the way you fought, the way you live, the way you protest, the process you bring to bear on your government as an impact one beyond your border. That is your pretext and your burden. If you choose to outsource your status and influence to rise your fight on behalf of those who have no fight, if you choose to identify not only with the powerful but with the powerless, if you retain the ability to immerse yourself into the life of those who do not have your infected, then it will not only be your friends, family, work, celebrities, your action, but thousands and millions of people who reality you have helped change. You do not need magic to change the world. We carry all the power we need. And set your step already. We have the power to image better. I'm nearly finished. I have one last hope for you, which is something that's already had 2001. The friend, the friend with whom I set on graduation, they have been my friend from life. They are my children, good parents, the people to whom I've been able to run in time of trouble, people who have been keen enough not to sue me when I talk their names for that error. At your graduation, we were being by under a vacation by your shared experience of a time that could never come again, and of course by the the knowledge that we held certain photographic evidence would be especially valuable in any of us run for French minister. So today I wish you nothing better than similar friendship, and tomorrow I hope that even you remember not a single word of mine. You remember just a Asia under of choose a roman I meet when I feel down the classic corridor. Introverted from career rather in search of Kenyan wisdom. As in as is a tale, so is life, not how long it is, but how good it is. It what matter. I wish you a very good life. Thank you very much.